because you were too busy eating another sandwich. That caused the whole compartment to laugh, except for Ron, who was pouting. Harry then flicked that piece of lettuce off of his lap and caused it to land on Hermione's lap. Ew, Hermione shrieked, which made her jump up, stepping on Crookshank's tail, because Crookshanks just shows up. This made Crookshanks leap up while hissing at Hermione and land on top of Draco's lap. Ow, Hermione, get your cat's nails out of my lap, Draco hissed through clenched teeth. I've never been able to hiss through clenched teeth like that, so that's impossible. Well, you have to say, Hermione, you can't do it. Anyway, Hermione got up while making the piece of lettuce on her lap roll off and land onto Ginny's lap. Ginny had not noticed this until Hermione had picked up Crookshanks and she let out scream. Like really girls, Harry and Draco said. That's the exclamation. It just says, like really girls. I don't know what that means either. Draco picked up the piece of lettuce, threw it back at Ron, and said, there, all done. Ron, don't you dare scream. It was your lettuce to start off with, Harry reasoned. So in a fic that has pizza in the title, after playing with lettuce for 2 hours, the next sentence of this is, the rest of the train ride to Hogwarts was boring. Maybe it's because you're playing with lettuce for hours. All they did was play Exploding Snap, read, chess, and snack. Which means chess is a verb, like I chess today. 5 minutes until we arrived to Hogsmeade. Please change it to your robes, a 7th-year girl said to the 4 of them as she opened the door. She was surprised to see that all 4 of them had already changed. Okay, I guess you already did, she said. Has anyone noticed a mistake yet?
They never did?
No. This is gonna be fun. Told you guys it would be more efficient if we changed first, Hermione said. Whatever you say, Hermione. There are 2 people missing, actually. Because there were 6 people. Harry, Ron, Hermione, Draco, Ginny, and Crookshanks.
Well, Crookshanks wouldn't change.
I like to think he would, though.
I would like to think the 7th-year girl would still address Crookshanks.
Crookshanks in a little tie.
Either way, there's still someone missing, so this is now a murder mystery. Let's try to figure it out. So we know Hermione said it would be more efficient if we changed first. Whatever you say, Hermione, said the other 3. Okay. Hermione shook her head and grabbed Ron's wand, which was lying on the floor. That's awkward. Oh.
Is this still the pizza story?
Yes.
The pizza story that doesn't actually have pizza in it.
Yeah.
Just there, okay.
Yep.
And Ron isn't, and Harry isn't actually the pizza boy.
Yeah. The ride in the horseless carriages was uneventful, but that all changed when they reached the castle doors. They were led into the great hall and seated into their rightful houses. And full houses is capitalized, like the show, so I imagine they're just seated into multiple versions of the show.
Wait, like right space? The
Full
word full?
capitalized, houses capitalized. Ginny and Draco gave each other a kiss, and they left to the Slytherin table. So Ginny is now in Slytherin, apparently. A little while after, Professor McGonagall walked into the Great Hall with a line of first years. When I call your name, please walk up here. I will then place this hat on your head, and you will be sorted into your house. As the line got smaller, Harry noticed a girl that did not look like a first year. He also noticed that there were many people that didn't look like they were in first year. What Harry had not noticed was that the particular girl he saw looked exactly like Hermione. The only one who did was Hermione. Please appreciate that Hermione just recognized her own twin sister. Now that we're finished sorting the first years, the transfer students are next. Like I said to the first years, please walk up here. I will then place this hat on your head, and you will be sorted, McGonagall said sternly. Jake Hunter, she called, a tall, nicely built boy with dark brown hair that had blonde at the tips and bluish eyes, walked up to the stool. Many girls had a dreamy look on their face, except for Hermione. She knew something they didn't. Spoiler alert, this is never brought up again in the rest of the story, so no idea what that is.
But Hermione always knows things that other people don't, so it's really...
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how his hair is like 1997.
Gryffindor, the hat yelled. A loud round of applause broke the silence. A couple of girls and boys were called until the last girl remained. Hey, Hermione, Ron whispered. Yeah, Hermione answered. She had a feeling she knew what Ron was going to ask. Is it just me? Or does she look like Hermione? Ginny asked, to no one in particular. which is physically impossible because Ginny's at the Slytherin table. So how is it she's able to ask the question that logically comes after the last one, but she says it to no one in fuck this story, it's awful. Emma Granger, McGonagall shouted with a stern smile on her face. I don't know. The weird thing was that everybody else had gasped, except for Hermione, who already knew that she had a sister.
Wait, everyone had what?
Gasped.
I think everyone else.
Like gasped in surprise at
Yeah, but it
Emma
sounded
Granger.
like Elta gasped.
Everybody else had gasped.
Oh, else.
Yeah. Except for Hermione, who already knew that she had a sister, and Dumbledore, who probably already knew because what doesn't he know? That's very
He's
true.
the headmaster. It'd be
Emma
a little
walked
weird
up
if he
to the
didn't know.
three-legged stool confidently, and when McGonagall placed the hat on her head, it felt like everything had been muted. Ah, another Granger, huh? The hat asked. Yes, sir, Emma answered proudly. I see a lot of courage, bravery, and intelligence. I think you belong in. Just a split second before the hat yelled out whatever he was going to yell out, everything became unmuted. And then it just says the word Gryffindor, with no punctuation at all. So I assume that's what this hat says? Emma happily stood up off the stool and walked over to where Hermione was seated. All eyes in the Great Hall were on her. You got in Gryffindor, Hermione yelled, while also hugging her sister at the exact same time. Which means she was literally yelling into her ear. The two girls hugged each other, and then realized what they were doing. Both of them flushed a bright red and sat down. Emma and Hermione both cleared their throats at the same time and giggled. After Dumbledore had said his opening speech with a wave of his hands, which means he just went like this, when the speech was done, the Great Hall filled with food. The Gryffindor table was just a little quieter than usual. Then Ron said, So, Hermione, are you going to introduce us? Sure, you guys, this is my sister Emma, Hermione said, unsure of what to say next. Which, I'll help you, Hermione. Just tell everyone that you've been hiding your twin sister for 15 fucking years. Like, that's what you say next. All of a sudden, the table burst into greeting mode. Not the people at the table itself. It's Hogwarts. It happens. Hi, I'm Ginny, Ginny said, politely sticking out her hand. Emma gladly took it and said, Hi, nice to meet you. Also note that they never, for the rest of the story, let go, so we can just imagine they're still holding hands. Ginny then continued to say, This is Harry, Ron, my brother, Dean, Parvati, Lavender, Navel, Seamus, and the Creevy brothers. There's no commas, it's just a giant list of names. Hey, the newly introduced people greeted happily, apparently all at the same time. Hello, Harry said. Hi, Emma said brightly. Ron was too busy stuffing his face to notice anything. Woof-ar-fyuff, Ron asked. Sorry, I didn't catch that, Emma said. Ron, shut up and swallow first, Harry said. And then now this is my favorite sentence in the entire world. Ron always swallowed whatever he stuffed into his mouth. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And then said, I said, who are you? Ron, you're not very polite, Ginny started. You would have heard what Neville finished, well, sort of finished for Ginny. Hermione had said you're such a pig, Ginny finished. I'm not a pig, Ron said while picking up a drumstick. Guys, it's alright. This is my sister Emma, Hermione said, laughing at her friends. Back to normal. Flashback. Or I guess it's flash forward to present normal times. Ever since then, Draco, Ginny, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and herself have been the best of friends. I don't know who the pronoun refers to, so I don't know, imaginary character. All of a sudden, Emma heard the doorknob of the bathroom door rattle. She laughed and yelled, I locked the door, there's no way you're going to be able to murder me. Which I guess it's back to a murder mystery now. Emma just laughed at Hermione when she noticed that she walked away from the door. What Emma didn't know is that she left the main door leading into her room unlocked. Please tell me you remember the doors. That's not my commentary.
Now I want to write like a fiction between the doors and the table.
There we go. Now you're thinking.
That'll totally work.
Emma then turned on her bed so she was facing her window. Emma was slowly drifting to sleep when she heard the door open, but before she could do anything, she was laughing so hard. That's an awful sentence. Emma had crept into Emma's lime green, and blue room. How smart was she to lock the bathroom door but not her other door? That's all one sentence, by the way. Hermione then took her chance when Emma's back was turned to pounce on top of her. Hermione then tickled the living daylights out of her.
Incest.
Hermione, stop, Emma shrieked between gasps of breath. Never, you made me get up early, Hermione whined. I did not, it was noon. There's a bunch of ellipses in between every one of those. Emma laughed, /talked, /breathed. Can you verify that she actually
my
spelled
gosh,
the word
it's
slash
actually
out?
Spelled out.
Oh my
slash.
God, really?
Slash talk slash breathe. You want to see that? She spelled it.
Okay, I can. Oh my gosh.